In life, we as people are made from a variety of different experiences. Whether those experiences be physical, mental, or emotional, all of these experiences can define us as people over time and have long-lasting experiences on our lives. Though that is true, there are ways that we can ensure that these experiences that we live and are made of are good and positive aspects within our lives, and that starts with parenting. Parenting, when done correctly, usually should lead to a nurturing and loving connection between a parent and child, but unfortunately, that's not always the case. In fact, there are numerous cases where incorrect parenting has actually led to almost irreversible harm on the children themselves through different acts of tough love or parenting. While it is true that there are many types of parental behaviors and disciplinary actions that can have damaging psychological impacts on children, these behaviors are usually split into four main parenting styles: authoritative, authoritarian, permissive, and uninvolved. Now, of these four styles, there is really only one style of parenting that is truly recommended by experts. But first, let me tell you about why the other three are not recommended. First, let's discuss the uninvolved parenting style. This style of parenting is something that is like one step away from being negligent, and it holds almost no connection between a parent and a child. Instead, they are completely disconnected, and the parent is basically as far out of their lives as they can be without being negligent. This, according to authors San Victors and Mendez, can lead to somewhat successful young adults in time, but it often can come with the cost of social and academic difficulties and issues. As for permissive parenting, though these parents are more involved with the children in their lives rather than uninvolved parenting, the lack of stable rules and boundaries set within the relationship is still a matter of concern and can have intense negative impacts on a child, especially on the behavior in the future. As stated in an article by San Victors and Mendez, these parents can actually be raising selfish children who struggle with self-regulation and self-control. Lastly, the authoritarian parenting style, which argumentatively is one of the worst scientifically. Now, unlike with permissive parenting style, where there are set rules, but they're kind of lax, and unlike uninvolved parenting, where the parent is almost completely out of the child's life, authoritarian parents are known to be heavily strict on their children and have little to no leniency at all. In fact, in this type of relationship, the parents' words are usually meant as law, and if the child does not obey these laws, then consequences are usually detrimental. While it's unsurprising that San Victors and Mendez also consider this style to be something that heavily fuels a lot of anger and rebellion within children as they grow, all three parenting styles are thought to actually induce psychological damage to children. But what I have not discussed yet is that one of these parenting styles actually is recommended by scientists and the experts. This style is known as the authoritative style. Now, unlike authoritarian style or permissive style or uninvolved style, according to San Victors and Mendez, the authoritarian parenting style can actually lead to good connections and boundaries between a parent and a child. With the authoritative parenting style, a parent would have clear boundaries and rules with their child, but would also be more open to a communicative style rather than an authoritarian parent who almost wants no questions asked. The nurturing and independence of an authoritative parent and the connection that they have with their child is exactly why the authoritative parenting style is actually the ideal form of parenting, and it is recommended to be more widely utilized. According to the Stop Abuse campaign, being self-aware is actually one of the first steps to ending the cycle of abuse. And with awareness being spread about the different parenting styles and their effects that they can have on the mental, physical, and emotional impact and well-being of children, we can work on our own self-awareness and stop the generational abuse. If you know anyone who uses either authoritarian, permissive, or uninvolved parenting styles, please don't be afraid to speak up, because even if we just speak up one time, that education is the best way to encourage a healthier and more nurturing parenting method into society and amongst children and parents.